Hey guys, my name is Side and welcome to this channel once again. And today's video topic is going to be a super duper hit topic, that is the complete email marketing, the sending guide, that how should you start your email marketing, what is the number you should achieve, and how, like, what the exact process look like. So far in the series we have covered about warm-ups and the setup, right? But we haven't really talked much about the process of email marketing. So in this video we are going to cover that entire particular topic. So if you are ready and excited, then let's get started. So very important, that I have in previous video I have mentioned that you have to do a 14 days of warm up before you send any actual campaign. So do keep that in mind, and even after 14 days, right, then you actually start doing the process that I'm telling you right now. So the point number one is, after the 14 days of warming up, keep the warm-up still running and start with a low number of sending in your campaign. So say for example, if you are starting your first campaign, as in the previous video I have mentioned that you should send not more than 80 emails to 100 emails per day from one email account, with including follow-ups, including warm-up follow-ups, and fresh email campaigns as well, right? Total 80 to 100. So I keep it on 80. So in my case, what I have done when I just started my email outreaching is I started sending like 3 or 4 emails, like max to max 5 emails for the first campaign. So for the first campaign I send it to only 5 single emails, right? And why not 50? Because I have 80, so if I just remove the 30 of warm up, I have still 50 in my hand. But because it is a very new email ID and domain, I want to protect my domain to get directly into spam or something like that, right? So that's why I started with a low number and gradually I increased. So the first campaign was like 5 emails, second was like 10, then 15, 20, and eventually when I reached 50, it was like a couple of weeks to reach 50. And by that time I have tons of thousands of emails sent through my email warm-up software, and thousands, hundreds of them have been opened and replied by the softwares. So now my email activity will look a very valid and legitimate activity, because it has grown slowly, not like going this and then this, right? So that is why I would have successfully bypassed the softwares and the server algorithms that I am doing a cold email outreach. So that was point number one. Point number two is you should have a good email marketing script with 4 to 5 follow-up sequence. A lot of people don't do follow-ups because they think that the first email only matters, but the money is in the follow-up. You have to do follow-ups, otherwise your emails will get buried inside other cold email campaign, who are doing other cold email campaigns, and people will not eventually open them, right? So you have to do follow-ups. And another reason behind doing follow-up is, whenever you're sending emails through a email marketing software, it will use the same headline, it will message the follow-ups in the same thread. So it will show 2 or 3 the side of the headline. That will eventually make people understand that maybe they have replied to this email and they have got a reply back or something like that. Because generally when we reply on a thread, then only those 1, 2, 3, 4 number shows. So it can boost your open rates as well, right? That's why I prefer having a follow-up sequence. And if you want our follow-up sequence, just comment down below and I'll shoot you the follow-up sequence link that we use. And eventually you have to get yourself a good follow-up sequence, because whether your open rate is good or not, right, it will not impact your meeting book rates if your follow-ups and your core emails are not good. So if you are having a good open rate, that is a good thing. But if you are not having a good booking meeting booked rate, that means there is some problem with your scripts. So having a good script is very important. Next point, a lot of people do miss it, that is point number 3, using icebreakers. What is icebreakers? Generally they are very personalized lines written according to a particular prospect. So say for example, you are doing cold outreach and you are having a script and you are sending it to every single person, right? People, business owners, they also know these techniques, right? So they will eventually understand that you are using cold email script to like mail them, and they will not give you a lot of importance until and unless you have the icebreakers. So if you have an icebreaker, that is a personalized line, they will think that you have written that email personally to them. So how, like, what is an icebreaker? Say for example, if you are mailing a lot of people and Manav is one among them, and you come to Manav's LinkedIn profile or any social media profile or even website and see that Manav has a, say for example, coaching program, and you have written in the email that, hey Manav, loved your coaching program, hope you are changing lives with that. And then you start your email like, the reason I'm approaching you today, and the rest of the email follows. So if I, Manav, open that email personally and I read that particular line that you are talking about my coaching program, and not every single person you mail to is having a coaching program, that means I have to understand that you have written this email, like before like writing this email, you have spent a lot of time researching about me, and that will give me an instant pleasure, and I will continue reading that email. And that is why personalized lines or icebreakers are very, very, very important in a cold outreach campaign to outbeat your competition and to make a like good empathy in the reader's mind, because like they will think that you have done a lot of research while mailing him, so they will give importance to your mail. So having an icebreaker is an absolute recommendation. Point number 4 is play with headlines to understand the open rate, and you have to do it because like a lot of headlines will give you like 50-60% open rate, and if you're satisfied with it, you are never going to bypass that, right? But generally we are seeing on an average open rate of like 80 to 85%, depending on the number of like emails sent in a campaign. But how we have achieved it is generally by by doing a lot of testing with the emails headlines. So if you want me to send all the headlines that we have tested so far, you can again comment below, and I'll be sending you a like Excel sheet of that. But like we have tested more than 60-70 email headlines, then we are at a position where we're getting like 80% and above email open rate, right? So that is why it's very important that you have to play with your email headlines to get higher number of open rates, right? Next is having a prepared content calendar, like email marketing calendar. Like why is this? Because like in last video I have told you that like if you are sending 80 emails in total, including follow-ups, including new email campaigns, including like warm-ups, then otherwise if you don't have an email marketing calendar, you will definitely get your emails will clashed, the new campaigns and the follow-ups will get clashed, because like understand about the sequence. You have a email number 1, then you have follow-up number 1, follow-up 2, follow-up 3, so they are being sent in like a particular interval, right? And if you don't have like a content calendar or an email marketing calendar, you don't know which date the follow-ups are going to send. And if on those days you are launching your new campaigns, then first your new campaign will get delivered, then your follow-ups will get delivered, and it will eventually make like more than 100 emails sent per day. That will eventually like create a bad reputation. 1 or 2 days clashing of those two don't make a lot of difference, but if you like if this happens continuously, then it is going to be a serious threat for your email account, and it will get into the spam folder. So that is why having a prepared like proper email marketing like campaign calendar is very important, because like you mark those dates of the new emails, the follow-ups, so that like which date I have to send new campaign and which dates are booked by follow-ups already, right? That's why it is very important. Next, the last point is you have to understand that you have to play with the numbers, and you have to understand your numbers, like the open rates, the like reply rates and the click-through rates, all those stuff. You have to understand that like if you are getting onto a lower number, you have to try a different technique to improve those numbers. Otherwise you will eventually, your email marketing technique or your efforts will get wasted, Why? Simply because, you know, like if you are having, say for example, good number of open rates but not you're getting couple of meeting booked per week, then it will eventually signify that your content is not that powerful. It is not letting people to book like they're not like getting that engagement of people to book the meeting with you, right? So you have to know and aware about the numbers to understand whether your email marketing efforts are doing good or it is going into waste, right? So yeah, that's it. Like that's pretty much it for this video, and I'll meet you in the next video with a new topic. And do subscribe this channel, and if you have liked this video, do like this video, because I upload this kind of like informational video about how to get clients on this channel regularly. So that's it for this video. Bye bye.